Videos we have developed the product page and we have implemented the security filter chain so that we are able to allow the slash login slash sign up slash logout those page, and easily we are able to logins and sign ups and we are able to do it. Okay, after the login only we are able to access the product page, and we have developed this particular controller also. Okay, now in this video we are going to design sign up page, so we can create one API for the register users, and user can register with that, and then after we can store those data inside the database, and we have to encrypt those password also. Okay, so we have to encrypt those password and we have to store inside the DB. Okay, so let's start now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to develop one page called sign up. Okay, so here I'm going to write one file which is signup.html or register.html, anything. Okay, and let's create these files. Once you create files, let's write here h1, and this is sign up page I'm maintaining. Okay, and based on the coding standards, definitely we have to store, like we have to create the different controllers, because this is the sign up controller, so we can create one class called register controllers, register users or register user controllers, that is also fine, register user controllers, and let's make it this class as a controllers. Okay, after that we can create one public string get sign up page, and just open it, close it, and from that you can just return it sign up. Okay, make sure we have to write the return statement, return, that's it. Okay, and this should be at the rate sign up, not sign up get mapping, because we have to just go to the our sign up page, so we can say that is nothing but slash sign up. Okay, and this sign up page the peoples will access with the help of in the home page itself. In the home page itself we have sign up, right? So this sign up we can convert as a anchor tag. Okay, and if it is anchor tag, we can easily give here href at the rate slash sign up. Okay, and it's a theme lib, so we can write th:/href. Okay, so once you click on the sign up, it will call this particular sign up API, and with this API we can redirect to the sign up page, and then after we can see the sign up page details. Okay, so let's start our application and go to the our home page, and let's refresh it. So once you refresh it, okay, this page is already saved. So once you refresh it, go to the sign up and click on sign up. Once you click on the sign up, so we are able to move to the sign up page, because we have already allowed to access this page with the help of the security config. This is the sign up. If I give here sign up 1, and again if you try to access those particular page, it will not give you the access. Okay, now it's saying to the login. So that is the things which you have to understand actually. Okay, now sign up page is also ready. Now what I have to do, I don't want like this sign up page. Okay, right, I don't want like that sign up page. I want something called a form, so that people can enter their user ID, password, mobile numbers, what are the details we required. So those we can take those data and we can take those data and we can send to the our backend, and backend will store those data into the database. So all those things which we have to do basically. Okay, so for that we have to create one user class, and then after we have to proceed all those things after that. Okay, so let's do one by one. We are not going to make very clumsy or very hard, so we are going to make it very easy or very simple, so that each and everyone can understood easily. Okay, let's start now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one user class, because we have to store the user inside the database. So we need user class. So I'm going to separately, because of the coding standards, I need model class. So let's create one class called com.app.model or entity, anything, and let's give the name of the model class is nothing but users. Inside the user class I need two things. One is private int or long, anything, long id. Okay, next things I need something called username, password or role. Okay, so private string username, private strings password, private string role. Correct, this is the details we required generally. Okay, one more things I want, we have to generate this id automatically, so we can mention as a primary key id, and for the auto increment we can mention generated value. Okay, and inside the generated value we can say strategy is auto increment. Okay, so through that we can automatically generate this id value. After that we need some getter setter method, so that we can easily store those data into the db. So let's go to the source and let's generate getter and setter methods. Select all and generate it. So this is the things which we have to do. Also we have to make this class as a entity class. Okay, or also we have to define the table name. Okay, if it is possible. So let us make it as a table, and give the name of the table is nothing but we can give the users and make it entity class. So @entity. Okay, corresponding this entity class we need one more repository class, so that we can store this data into the db with the help of the jpa. So I'm going to create one repository class also. So let's create a class, but package will be changed, which is repo, and give the name called user repository. Okay, and with the help of the user repository class, this is not a class, this should be interface. Okay, and we can extend jpa repository to store the data into the database, and here you can pass nothing but our entity class, which is users, and id is nothing but serializable or long, anything is fine. Okay, or long you can write. Okay, what are the id we have defined, those we have to mention here, that's it. Okay, so our classes will be ready, user repository classes also be ready. Here writing a @repository is a optional. Okay, so you can write it also, you can not write also, that is the optional things, but if you write, it's a better way to write it. Okay, next thing, our user model class is also ready, repository is also ready. Now we have to design our page or maybe the API. Okay, So what I'm going to do is, let's design the API first, right? Because we are going to take data from the database, which is the two data. One is user ID and one is password, correct? And with the help of that, we can register the user into the DB, and we can provide the login also based on that two fields only. So let's go to the controllers, and inside the controllers, this is the sign up page normally. And once from the sign up page, people will submit those data, user ID and password, while creating a or sign up, while doing a sign up. Those times we have to receive those data. So public and strings and register user, and we can take those two data, and it should be a post mapping always. And here we can write something called slash register or sign up, anything. Slash register is fine. And from the users, we can take here two data. One is request params. We can take request params or request path variables we can take, okay? Or in the body also we can take, but as of now just go with the request params. And we are going to take first details, which is nothing but username, and second one is nothing but password, okay? And this should be also at the rate request param only, okay? So these two details we can take from the users, and then after we can return to the some page, okay? After sign up, we can return to the sign up page itself. So let's go with the sign up page, okay? Otherwise we can do the redirect also, that is also fine, but let's go with the sign up page, okay? They will go to the sign up page, and in the sign up page we can say you have registered successfully. Those message also we have to print it, okay? So this API is created. After the APIs, what we have to do? So once we receive this data, we have to call our service classes. So let's make it a layered applications. So I am going to create one more package, okay? So let's create one class and give the name called dot service package, and give the name called user register service, okay? And in the user register service, we can make it as a ret service class. And here we can create some method like public, and if you want to return something, you can return it. If you don't want to return, no need to return. So publics void, or you can write like register user, okay? And after that you can take some data from the users and you can register it, okay? Those things we can do easily, okay? So how we can do it? Okay, so for that we have to create the user service, okay? And inside the user service we have to register the users. So we are going to take here two parameters from the users. So let's suppose we have this users, and let's import it. And here we are going to take two parameters, strings user name comma string password. From the controllers we can take, and finally here we can create one user object, user equal to new users. And after that we can set all those data inside this. So we can write user dot set id automatically generate, set username. So we can write username, user dot set password. So we can set password. We can say user dot set role. So we can set role. Role is nothing but normal users. Okay, once it is set, we have to save the data into the DB. Save data in DB. For that, what we have to do, we have to call our API. What is the API? So JPA already having one method, so we have created just now user repository. So create the object for that. So we can write private user repository, and you can write user repository and just auto add it, so that application object will be created, and through the user repository having a method called save entity. In that we can pass our users. It will save the data into the database, and then after that time only we can do return. Okay, so like that we can save the data into the DB and we can return these users. As of now, if you see, I have not encoded the password, right? I am storing the text like normal password, whatever the user have provided the password, exactly I am storing in the database. That is not a good practice. So what we can do, we have to encrypt those password and then only you have to store into the database. So how we can do those things? Okay, simple, we can do it. So for that we required some configurations. So go to the Spring security configurations. Where is it? Okay, first let me refresh this project. So just refresh it, go to the config, and here we have to create one object for the bcrypt passport encoders. So just write public passport encoder, okay, and get password encoders or just password encoders, okay, and here we can return new bcrypt password encoders, okay, and just create the bin for that so that we can easily use it. So once object is created, go to the user register service. Here also create the object for that. So private password encoders, okay, password encoders, create the object for that class, auto add, and then after, instead of directly giving the password, we can write password encoders dot encode the password and then only store into the database. Okay, our work is done. Okay, just call this particular method from your API. So go to the user controllers, and from here we have to call, what we have to call, we have to call our service. So for that we have to create the service object. So we can write user register service, user register service, and just auto add it so that we can easily create the object for that. And then after user service dot register users, and we can pass easily our user ID and password. Okay, if it is success, then we can do some operations. If it is not success, we can do some operations. Those things we can handle easily. Okay, it's your choice. So if you see here, we got the user object. Okay, after that it's your choice, like what we have to do. So if I just do the s out, and I will print the register user object, this object, basically I am trying to print it here, register user object. Okay, so we can easily print those data. Okay, but we have to call this register from the UI. Okay, our API is ready. Someone call our API from the UI side, we can receive those data, username and password. We can send those data to the our service classes. Service classes will create the user object, it will encode the password, and then after we can save to the database. Okay, so those things we have to do basically. Okay, next things what we have to do. So next things what we can do is we have to create the page which is sign up page. This is not a good page, so we have to create good proper looking our sign up page basically. So what I'm going to do is whatever the things we have inside our home page, let's copy paste here. Okay, and then after what we can do is here we can create one div, and div we have already created, right? So in that div I'm going to write all those codes. Okay, and we can create the forms and we can try to write those containers, each and everything. Okay, so from we have a class containers, and inside this we can create some forms, we can write all those things. So forms we can easily create from our bootstrap easily. So go to the bootstrap, and here I will write form controls or forms anything. So go to the form controls, and this forms is good enough for us. So let's copy these forms and come back to our applications, and here we can put it those forms. Okay, and in that forms we don't want email, or maybe we can take the email sign up also. Okay, but in my case I'm not going to take emails. Okay, I will take just username and password. Okay, so let's format it, and this is nothing but username. So let's put it multiple place, username form control, and this is nothing but text. Okay, and next thing is this is the password which we required, and like this field we don't want. Okay, so what I have taken, where is the password? This is the forms which I have copied. Firstly, let me go to the browsers. So this is the forms, so we need password. Okay, copy these forms entirely, go to here and remove this code, just paste it here, just formatted it, and let's remove this code first, and let's duplicate this. Okay, and here we can give username. Okay, password is nothing but username, this is also username, and this is nothing but text. Okay, and then after what we need password, that is correct. Checkbox we don't need, so we can remove this part. Okay, let's format it, and this is the submit button is primary, and that's it. So username, password, but inside the forms I have to do one more things, which is nothing but with the help of the h2 tags we can write register users. Okay, and let's go with some colors. So we can write class, and we can provide the color also. So we can write text success, or maybe we can write danger, so it will be red colors. Now go to that page, and let's see the sign up page how it's look like. If you refresh this, it will look like this. This is the register users page, and you can provide the username and password. Once you click on the submit, it will register your users. Okay, so this is the three things which we are taking care. If you want to add one more things, you can add it, otherwise not required also. Okay, so as of now I'm just going through the simples. If you want to add one more fields, you can add it, otherwise not required. Okay, and go to your page and just try to enter some data. Okay, for examples, anything, username and password, phone numbers, mobile numbers, anything you can take here, and you can say like register the users. So let's go and let's design these forms properly. So this is the forms, and we have this button. Okay, so let's give as a anchor tag, and while submitting, okay, not anchor tag, it's a button, should be fine. And in the forms we have to give some actions. Okay, action is nothing but th colon action, theme leaf colon actions, and actions we have to provide based on the our API calls. So we can write slash, and which API we have to call. So we have to call user registers controllers. Okay, so where is user register controllers? This API we have to hit basically. So go to the sign up page, and here we can provide this, and also we have to make this method is nothing but post methods. Okay, this method is post basically, and if you go to here, we have mentioned the post mapping. So you have to send the post as a register, and we are sending username and password. So in the sign up page also you have to give the name of this particular field as a username. So let's give name is username, and let's give this field name is password. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just enter some data, and I will try to refresh it. So I am going to enter prince, and password is 12345, and let's inspect this page and go to the network call so that we can see the data like it's going or not properly. If you try to submit it here, it's calling register page. Okay, so if you see, it's calling the register page, and registration is we are sending a data called username is prince, password is 12345, correct. And this is the header, so we are getting 304 found. This is the response, nothing else. Okay, and then after we are redirecting to the login page, and it's a login page we are displaying. After that, okay, it's not going to the sign up page, but it should go to the sign up page again, because we have put it like it's go to the sign up page. Okay, let's see our API is executed or not. So how we can see, go to the console, and if you see the consoles, they will print those data, but there is no data I think printed here, no data I think so. Okay, so we have created this form th colon actions, and we have provided at the rate registers, and method is post. Okay, so everything is looks good, and we are sending these two data, username and password, these two input fields, and while submitting, we are submitting those data to particular URLs. Okay, as of now it's look good, right? Now let us stop your applications. Okay, and go to the user controllers, and here we can put one debuggers point, and now let's start your application in the debug mode. Then we can identify, is there any issue. Okay, application is started. and sign up page we are sending after that returning the value. Okay, so let's go to the your forms. So this is the login page. Go to the sign up page. In the sign up page we have to enter the username. This is the password. Try to submit it. Once you submit, it's sending to the register page, and here if you see, this is the payload form data it's sending, and then after prince username and CSFR it's also sending encoded value. There is no any response we are getting, and I didn't see any calls also. Okay, there is no calls in the backend side, so it means it's not able to reach out our page itself. Okay, so how we can make it so that it will reach out to our applications, this particular register page. Okay, so this register page also we have to allow from the Spring security at the first time, because without register also they have to do it. Okay, so sign up or register both we have to enable. So go to the security config, and we have enabled the login. In the same way we can enable this particular endpoint also /registers. Okay, once you enable the /registers, what will happen? If you go and if you try once again with the same data or some different data, let's clear it and try to submit it. Now if you submit, you can see registers 200 and data is gone, prints 1 2 3 4 5. This is the response we are getting, again home page, and this is the response. Okay, but again if you see here, lots of the things will happen. It selected the data, updated the user data, inserted into the database also. Okay, and our application is not in the debug mode, so I didn't see those things. So let's run our application in debug mode. Okay, and go to the user controllers. Okay, and let's do one more times. So give something name called prince1 2 and 1 2 3 is password. Let's submit it. So you can see here your debugger is just started. Username we received prince, password we have received 1 2 3, but after that if you go, it's doing the manipulations and inserting the data into the database, and after inserting data into the database we can see this object, and password is also changed. Okay, so let's go to our DB and let's try to verify it. So let's refresh it. You can see we got some tables, user tables. If you run these tables, you can see we have inserted as of now 2 records. One is prince and prince 1 2 3, and the role is users, and this is our password. It's not a readable format because we have encrypted those password. We have encrypted those password basically. Okay, now let's complete it and go back, and you can see this page. So what we have to do is, in the below we have to show, hey, user registered successfully. So how we can show those things? So go to the backend, and in that API, if you see like user registers is not null. Okay, so you can create one message, a string msg or response, and here you can say nothing, just empty, and then after you can write one if block, and you can say like you register user not equal to null. This is the one check, and then after, if it is not null, it means we didn't get any exceptions or some things. So in that case, you can add the message in the response. Hey, response, user registered successfully. Okay, this message you can put inside this. If it is not, then you can add some other message. Okay, otherwise we can do one things like here itself we can do um, registrations failed. Registration failed. That is the one message I have done, and you have to send to the UI. So definitely we have to take the help of the model. So this is the model spring.framework.ui, and this model class help you have to take. And while sending it, you can write model.add attribute, and as a key value you can send it msg, and this is the response. Okay, let's continue and go to the page which is sign up page, and after the form submit you can display those message here in the something called p tag. Okay, and in the p tag you can write th colon text, and here you can write dollar signs and those msg. That's it. Okay, so if message will come, definitely it will display it. So go to that page and just try to refresh it. You are going to the login page, right? So go to this page, just go to the sign up page. There is nothing you are able to see here. Give the name and just give the value and try to store it. So it's saying user registered successfully. Okay, and if you want to change the color also, you can change the colors. Okay, if you want to give some line break, you can write br tag, right? Those things you can do your own. And here you can write something called class, and you can write text color. Text is nothing but your wish, what are the message you want to success message you can display easily. So if you go to this page, okay, let me remove it. Go to the sign up, try to sign up someone and try to submit it. User registered successfully. If in some cases if it is fail, we can display some alternate message also, okay, in different color also. Okay, that is also possible. And if you go to the database, you can see those record will be inserted successfully. So those records are also inserted here. Okay, and this is the encrypted password. Okay, so I hope you understood the functionality of our sign up and how we can do it, and what are the things we are doing. It's showing in our console because of our JPA we have configured in our applications. Because of this one, auto update and DDL is so SQL is true. Okay, so just focus on this part, how we have to maintain it, and after that in the next video we can discuss lots about how to provide the login also. Okay, so this is the register page, and now we are going to do login page, but not in this video, in the next video. Okay, thank you so much and keep watching.